If I only had $300 to get started and get right from scratch in wholesaling real estate this year, this is what I'm going to do. There are currently 3 options I feel like any beginner out here going in wholesaling real estate can do to start making money and start getting rich wholesaling real estate right now. $300 doesn't seem like a lot of money, but honestly, it's plenty. If you want to go out here and start doing deals, start finding deals, start dispoing deals, and start making a change now. I believe right now is still the best time to get started in wholesaling real estate. In a year from now, it's probably going to have more wholesalers. It's probably going to get harder to do wholesaling deals. And so right now is the best time. Heck, right now is going to be the best time in history looking back. If you're watching this a year from now or 2 years from now, you're like, I wish I started now. So this is the best time ever to get started, right? So you might be like, I would rather start in 2012. Well, you can't go back to 2012. So this is the best time ever to get started. And with $300, I mean, guys, we are in a digital age. We are in the AI age where really technology has replaced the necessity of spending money in wholesaling real estate. I don't have to spend a ton of money getting started in this business anymore. All I need is brain power and an internet connection. If you have these 2 things, that's all you need to start doing wholesaling deals. So what I fundamentally want to do today is share how anyone can start doing deals, wholesaling real estate in this year. Now, the one thing I will let everybody know, and I've said this, a lot of people don't like this, but if you only have $300, you can get deals if you're willing to work hard. A lot of people are not willing to work hard. A lot of people are not willing to grind. Not a lot of people are willing to do the work that they need to start doing and get rich in wholesaling. And so what I can tell you to do is if you want to start making money, you only got $300, you want to know what to do, you got to work smart. So let's go over our 3 options if you don't have any money starting out in wholesaling real estate to start getting rich. My first option is going to be the grind option. My second option is what I call the virtual route. I'm going to help my virtual wholesalers out here that need a little bit of help. And then I kind of call the third one the easy route. The route when you don't have a lot of time and you'd rather take the easiest option. You know, I think everyone wants the easiest option starting out, right? And you know, we all want the easiest option, but this is the best ROT, return on time, for this. And one really fundamental thing I want everyone to know, if you only have $300, that's not a lot of money to really start a big wholesaling operation. But we can start making big more money, right? We can start making 50, 60 grand a month doing this if we can work smart. We got to know exactly what to do. We have to really understand the intricacies of how to do this. But I'm telling everyone, you got this. The one thing I ask in return is I'm probably going to ask you to commit around 10 hours a week of outbound marketing and 10 hours a week of inbound marketing. That is specifically what I'm going to ask you. Now, one thing I will tell everyone right now is 10 hours of outbound marketing is going to be something where I'm reaching out to sellers, right? This can be cold calling, technically drawing for dollars. You know, you can do some texting, right? And then you do 10 hours of inbound marketing, digital bandit signs, going out here and putting sticky notes, having people call you. A little different type of output going out here, but really this can be your fundamentals. And you really got to understand this. You know, I think a lot of people wish I can give them this crazy formula strategy with 17,000 different options. And really looking at when you only have $300 in wholesaling, right? Like, we can't do direct mail. We can't really buy many software. Like, it's probably not worth it, right? Really, high-level dialing is not going to be there either. It's going to be hard to skip trace. We got a lot of things going against us if you think of how wholesaling gurus or other people on the internet tell you, right? Most people in wholesaling, you know, that will educate don't even want to speak to you unless you can drop $7 grand to give to them, right? And so I'm not looking to do that. What I'm looking to do is to show you how, if you have no money, how you can start doing deals. And you're going to find a lot of these strategies are going to be work. Like it's easy, but I mean, it's easy and simple to do. It's like saying, hey, go run 10 miles. Like it's a simple task, but it's a lot harder in execution to do. But the one thing I will require from everyone watching this is to put at least 20 hours. If you want to guarantee your success in the next month or two, 20 hours, 10 hours outbound, 10 hours inbound. This is what I'm asking. If you can do this, Let's have a conversation and let's break down some of your options. Now, I'm gonna say option one. If you're a grinder, if you're somebody that wants to do whatever it takes. I love the men and women that tell me, like, I'll do whatever it takes to become successful. I said, and my favorite ones, I just say this, call 20 people. They're like, oh, what? Oh, but what else can I do? Guys, I'm trying to give you every single option possible today. Today, I want to give you every possible option of what you can do. Option one's going to be grinding. Not the sexiest, not the one that everyone loves, but if you go to me and say, Zach, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become successful. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get rich, whatever. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk, all right? Number one, I'm gonna tell you the least sexy thing, the thing that people start freaking it out, okay? Get every government list possible and skip trace it. Now, you could choose how you want to skip trace it, right? So, I mean, you can pay for your skip tracing, go to truepeoplesearch.com, cyberbackgroundchecks.com, but my best advice for anyone starting out that's willing to grind it out, pull a government list and call them. And the reason I'm asking is like, you don't want to pay for any software to do this, right? Like, I mean, you're going to run out all your money, right? Like, we want to drive for dollars. We want to do some other things too. We can't go out here and pay a bunch of money for skip tracing. We can't do some set $600-$700 a month texting software. Like, we don't have a lot of good options. We got options that are tried and true. And one of the best ones is going, like when somebody tells me the quote, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become successful, bro. When I get that, it's always funny to me because it's like, okay, if you're willing to do whatever it takes to become successful, go out here and pull a list and cold call it. People's minds start melting. And I hate to tell you this, and I'm saying this from the most respectful view possible, but if you have no money, you do not have options to be selfish to yourself. Deciding not to cold call because you think it's beneath you is insanely selfish to your future self. I have never put cold calling below me, and I never will. Now, I'm not this guy who's like, I'm too good for cold calling. It's more time management, and when you're running a bigger operation, it's not worth it for me to do. But like, if you're a guy out here who has no money, like, embrace it. Go and call. Not a lot of people understand this, but because I've put in my hours in cold calling, there's not one seller I can talk to that's going to rattle me. I've been through it all. I've dealt through it all. And these are Florida people, by the way. They're all crazy. So all the crazy people in Arizona, California, New York, Pennsylvania, all the really weird, crazy people that are okay with humidity, they go here and they're all upset and mad. And that's who I deal with on a daily basis with sellers sometimes. And so what I can tell you is get 3,000 paid skip traces if you want. You get unlimited from the free one, True People Search, cyber background checks, call, text them, sticky notes, whatever you want. That's what I'm going to tell most people to do. When on option one, when you tell me that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become successful. I always love that one. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become successful. Because everyone says that until it's time to do it. And I was saying this on the, we had a Discord call, Wholesaling Houses for Real Discord, FY, quick plug. It's my free Discord. I'm going live every Friday on there. But it's called Wholesaling Houses for Real on Discord, or just go to zachdiscord.com. You get the free invite. You're good to go. I was talking to some people in there, and I had the idea of explaining this to people that could you, because I think we had like 110, 120, maybe 100 people. Like it was in and out, right? It's like 100-ish people, let's say, like we're all hanging out. I said in that little virtual room, I said, if I had all these people in person and we all wrote on our forehead how many hours we spent talking to sellers and marketing on our foreheads total forever, right? Mine would be 10,000 plus. It would be tens of thousands. And you get every single person. I said I can guarantee with a complete correlation, right? There's little outliers here and there, that the more hours you put into marketing, the more money you make. And so if you put 1,000 hours total in your entire wholesaling career and calling, texting, whatever it is, you are going to make more money than the guy who's only put 100 hours. It's the wholesaling odometer. And the one thing I'm trying to get as many newbies possible to do is put some miles on your odometer. Because once you get past 10 hours of this, to 50 hours, to 100 hours, you start sounding a lot smoother. You start getting more leads. And it's almost inevitable when you hit 1,000, you get a wholesaling deal. The problem is most people quit at 5, 6, 700 and they're done when the number's in the thousands to become successful. And I just try to keep going. I try to just keep it going. And I'm telling you right now, if you can just put the miles in and put the miles in and put the miles in, you sound better. Okay, I swear to you, you just sound better. You sound cleaner. It's subconscious. You don't even notice it. And by that time, you're getting more leads. You're closing sellers like crazy. And the most important thing too is you believe in yourself talking to sellers. And really, one of the things I love the most is you sound confident on the phones. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, you just got to grind. Most people understand this. If you can go out here and just grind it out and just put in work, the results always follow. Always follows. Now you gotta work smart too. That's what I'm telling you. One thing I will tell you is start texting sellers. Google Voice, 5 an hour. I know it sounds stupid, but 5 an hour, if you have 4 or 5 different lines, you can get 20 out an hour. Throughout a day, you could probably get 250 texts out there for free, cost no money at all. You can use AI to make all the scripts. And you're gonna start getting inbound seller leads, start getting inbound deals. And you're gonna find you're gonna make a lot of money doing this. And you're gonna get 3,000, 4,000 texts out in the month that cost you no money at all. Like you're bound to get deals. This is inbound marketing. Put at least, I'll tell you, put about 100 sticky notes out, but we got no money. That's all you gotta do right now. Put 100 sticky notes out, you're good to go. Now, on top of this too, if you can, and if this is available, post bandit signs out in your roads. And it depends where you're at, right? But I encourage everybody, if you have 30, 40 bucks to spend here, I would encourage you to go out here and just buy some bandit signs, get a thick Sharpie marker, okay, a really thick Sharpie marker, and just, this is it, right? We buy houses cash, Google Voice number. Because you want it as thick, you want the wording to be as big as possible when people are on the street, and just try it out. I found about a 25% success rate with this marketing strategy around the country. Now, people like Zach's 25%, it's not a bad percentage because if it does work, it is a cheap, easy way to get inbound leads. And I don't think I do a really good job speaking about this too much, but it is absolutely insane how many inbound leads you can get. I mean, my first 100K was all bandit signs. I don't think people understand I was in the right place at the right time, obviously, but there are people that do get good deals doing this. And they're like sticky notes, but it goes to 1,000 people. It's great. So go out here and do it. Also, when you're broke, you can also get lists from title companies. I don't think a lot of beginners understand this or know this, but your title companies will also sometimes, depends if they're using First American, depends where title, because some of these title companies, if they're using they're using like a big conglomerate to do the underwriting and they give the title insurance too. They also have data, right? So most of them have pre-foreclosures and some of them have liens. It depends where they get their data source, but they just get the list sent to them and they'll just give it to you. They're allowed to do it. Not every title company has this, but I think a third of them probably have information like this. Probably half of those people are willing to give the information to you. So yeah, I will tell you, you can get some of these motivated lists, specifically pre-foreclosures from the title companies. So you don't have to go pay a software for this. I mean, you're broke, starting out, I get it, don't have to do it. Get some lists from the title companies. Now on top of this too, what I think is kind of an education piece here, but what I would say is I would reverse engineer the successful wholesalers in my market. So if I am in, Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm going to find some guys posting deals in Charlotte that are actually doing deals in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm going to see exactly where they're wholesaling, where they're finding their deals, what their marketing strategies are. And I mean, first of all, like most of these bigger guys are going to be doing a lot of direct mail, a lot of calling, a lot of texting, whatever it is. But one thing you can get is if this guy's making a stupid amount of money doing Western Charlotte and he's only doing direct mail, why don't I cold call government list in West Charlotte or drive for dollars in West Charlotte? Like you could reverse engineer some successful wholesalers. Heck, everyone knows in Wholesaling Houses for Real, the Facebook group and the Discord too, there's a lot of successful wholesalers that go out here and post deals. It's like I tell everyone, go to the Discord, just search wholesaling real estate in Discord, like search community, search wholesaling, and my face should pop up. And people post checks there all the time. But more of them post them on the Facebook group. And just find where they're doing deals Just look at their feeds, see where they live, see where they post the deals, and you can reverse engineer their success. Every little piece of intel is going to help you and help you on your ways to success and your journey. Now, on top of this too, I'm going to tell my virtual wholesalers, there is some other things I will tell you that you probably should know. This is very important that, you can't go see the properties. It's a little tougher. So I'll tell everyone, just let's make this a non-negotiable. I don't think this is done enough. I had another guy get a deal off of a digital bandit sign last week. It was so funny. He did so well. But what I'll tell you to do is just go on Craigslist, go to Facebook groups, and just have AI write this, but just let people know that you're looking to buy some houses in the area. But so Mississippi Bulldogs Facebook group because you live in Mississippi, right? Whatever it is, just let those people know who you are and that you're looking to buy some houses. I know it sounds crazy. I tell everyone 60 a month. One in Craigslist a day, one Facebook group a day. And if you just keep posting, you will get deals. I had somebody I feel like I'm plugging this too much, but I said a guy in my Discord who does a lot of JV. He did JV deals with me, and he just posts in there every day. He posts one thing. If you have any deals, let me know. In this city, this city. He's got 3 deals last month, only from the Discord. And I'm guessing he's making probably $7,000 of deals. He'd probably make 25, 30 grand from that Discord. And that's just JVs. And we can talk about JVs a little later, but like letting people know who you are does not hurt. Letting people know who you are will always land you something. And just letting people know that you're looking to buy houses in a Facebook group of 20,000 people will land you inbound leads. Have a nice professional Facebook, obviously. Don't be in a wife beater. Have a little smile in the profile picture. You're good to go. That's all you need to do. On top of this too, I would say if you do have a nicer, one thing I will tell you is if you do have a nicer Google updated maps in your city of like 2022 or something, even to now, I will say virtual drawing for dollars would be good. Some of these Google Maps, man, are like 2010, 2012, like they don't work anymore. But you could also virtual drive for dollars. I'm not a fan of it in my local city or in many virtual markets. There's a couple ones where I know a lot of guys do well. I've done deals doing this. It's not my favorite, and it's not something I actively do. And you got to remember, when I talk about what I actively do, it's a little different. I drop a stupid amount of money on direct mail every month and pretty much go after every high equity for the calling and the texting and the JVs and everything else I do. But virtual drawing for dollars just hasn't had that ROI for us. Same thing with SEO, Facebook ads, PPC, just it's not my thing. There's definitely other people I do very well you can always listen from, but that was never going to be my claim to fame of success. And last but not least, if you're virtual, I don't want to cry about it, okay? I don't want to cry about, oh man, I just want to call. I don't want to call, man. You got to call. You got to get the odometer up. And I'm not here to be this cold calling guy because it's funny because like I've done a lot of cold calling, but I'm not the cold calling guy, okay? If I look at the majority of my wholesaling deals, they are not cold calling, okay? Majority is direct mail. And I will probably say the other majority is going to be inbound. So JVs and just a lot of my general network of people sending me deals is probably going to be number 2 outside direct mail. Cold calling will be 3. And that's it. Then you got texting under there too. Launch control, SMS, Zach.com starting to ramp up pretty well for us too. But really everything else is just like I've tried PPL, SEO, I've tried them all. Cold calling is going to be my favorite for especially a lot of the young guns watching this. But direct mail is always going to be king, but like we got to ramp up to that point. And you just got to get those hours in. That's all I can tell you. I'm so smooth over the phones because of the hours I've done. Kobe Bryant, practice, practice, practice. That's what this man does. It's how he gets success. If you cold call, you will find deals. And like I talked about before, just letting people know who you are. Go to the comment section, okay? Think about that for a second, okay? Think of the comment section and just go on the YouTube comments, go on the Facebook group. Heck, let's really look at this, okay? I have 140,000 people in that Facebook group. Wholesaling houses for real. Do you think one person out of 140,000 people, there's not one stadium in the United States, there might be maybe one NASCAR stadium's got that many people. I don't know. Think of 140,000 people. Not one stadium can fill the amount of people in that Facebook group of just wholesalers. Do you think one out of 140,000 could help land you a $10,000 opportunity this month. Duh. And I've been screaming from the rooftops on this. If you go to my Facebook group, and if you put your city where you live in Facebook, let's say I live in, Middletown, Ohio. It's going to tell me people in Middletown, Ohio in the Facebook group. There's 2,000 people in Columbus, Ohio, just like you. DM all these people. It's not that hard. It's marketing. It's the way I look at it. And I'm looking at JVs because I just see so many wholesalers. It's depressing that get deals under contract and can't close them. It's really sad, actually. It drives me crazy, but it is really sad. So if you can find deals and find partners through the Facebook group, I think the Discord is probably the best way right now. That's why I kind of been pushing that like crazy, because a lot of people are getting deals only through that Discord because it's just a lot more, you can get a lot more closer to people. It's really, I think it's really cool. You can even search the people. It's really cool. But one thing I can tell you is find deals and partners through JVs is another great option. When you have no money, just run up a quick 10 grand in JVs and then boom, you got money to go invest like crazy. So I'm not the man to tell you to starting out. Oh, okay. I'm not the man starting out to go out here and tell you that go invest in all these crazy software starting. I think you should kind of get your feet wet, get a couple wholesaling deals, and then start invest. I think every software I kind of mentioned is a very good investment once you start doing deals, because it's just a tool, right? If you got if you have a digging business, a shovel is probably the best tool to get started, hands down by far. Now, number 3 is going to be what I call the easy route. Now, if you're a little lazier, you want to get some money quick, you don't want to put a lot of hours in, full-time, single moms, like I get it. I got a lot of wholesalers like that. I need to help out. There are some options I will tell you should probably be doing, and they're going to help you out a lot, right? And so one thing I think is the JV partners drawing for you is probably going to be one of my favorite options for anyone starting out right now. If you could find people who can just drive for dollars for you, all right, that is going to be the best way, okay? I don't really understand. I just don't get why people get freaked out over this. But if you're virtual and you have a lot of contacts in Kansas City, have 2 or 3 people in Kansas City drive for dollars for you that don't want to cold call. They send you the leads, you call, and you go close 50-50. So a lot of wholesalers like that. And I know it seems like unordinary for you, but there's a lot of wholesalers that don't want to call. They just want to, they're like basically bird dogs. Bird dogs used to do that for like 2 or 3 grand. Now they want half the pie, which I think is pretty smart because that's where the money's at in wholesaling right now. I would have your JV partners drive for dollars for you. You work together and do it. Now, I think there's another sneaky approach I want everyone to know. But what I would personally do, if I was down to my last $300, because this is just quick. Like this is just stupid, easy and quick. I would go to wholesaling houses for real on Facebook, and then I would go to wholesaling houses for real Discord. And what I do is find one guy who has a deal he can't sell. I would JV with him, and then I would go message the top wholesalers in Kansas City, if the guy's in Kansas City, and say, hey, I need help with the JV. We have a deal under contract, can't sell it. And it's 110. Hey, can we just split it at 110? And he says, sure. You JV the JV, and then he finds his buyer at 130, split. You get 25, get 30, 33%, 33%, 33%. And then everyone's happy, and then boom, you're good there. And so basically you connect the guy who can't sell a deal to the top wholesaler in the area, and that might take 30, 45 minutes of work at most. And you can do like 6 or 7 of those in a week and you're good to go. And from a guy that does multiple ones of those every single day, like it's simple. And so I'm the top wholesaler in those areas. But I'll be honest, like I have some JV deals sometimes where like they have a deal and I have no buyers. And I got some people I know, and I say, hey, like I know you're the best buyers in the area. Can you just give me a quarter? I'll give you a quarter. We give this guy 50%. We're good. He's like, yeah, why not? I'll take a quick $7 grand. Why not? And get your $7 grand. And so this is kind of what I call the middleman approach. A lot of people don't like this. It's a little controversial. But what I'll tell you is that's what I would do, because I could probably run up just a quick 20 grand in a month. And then that's all I need. And I'll start my own wholesaling operations from there and just jack it up. From there, probably if I had 20 grand, I would probably get a software. I would start pulling some lists. I would get a dialer and I would just dial high equities. That's probably the one thing I would do. I would dial high equities from 2 to 7, drive for dollars 10 to 1, take a nap. And then after 7, I would work out and then maybe do appointments. I mean, I would just work 14 hours a day like I did starting out, and then just kind of repeat what I was doing, right? Like I'll give everyone an example. If you could tell me, hey, Zach, would you give up everything right now, all of my money, everything, right? Like everything I owned, everything, because I'm 24, to just go back to being 18 years old with the knowledge I had now, I would take it all day. Like I'd go back in time. I'd give everything I have now, start in 2024 with all the knowledge I had. Because that's a 6-year jump. I don't care how much harder wholesaling is. It'd be simple. It'd be a joke. And everyone's like, well, what about your YouTube channel? I'd get the same followers because I'll just do what I did to start on YouTube, right? I was like, hey, I'm 19 years old. I made $50,000 in a check. Find me another 50 grand doing this, right? And I keep posting checks until I got my deal stolen, because you start to get enough followers, then when you start posting checks, you get your deal stolen, then you got to stop, right? But really, that is the formula that I'd get everything right now with the knowledge I had. And I try desperately to give that knowledge out to everyone for free on this channel. On top of this too, again, I keep this strict, but I would do 100 sticky notes a week. By far, this is the most important thing. 100 sticky notes a week, discipline, you start getting deals. Network for education. I think this is probably the most important thing going on right now. If the relationships you build with other wholesalers are going to be really important. That's why I think the networking part is probably something a lot of people are underestimating. That's why I have all these tools to network. Right? I got comment section, I got a Facebook group, I got the Discord, and for the higher ups, you got Flipboard Plus if you want to do that. Events, things like that, where relationships are built, where you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And some people I know make millions, like me and other people. So relationships and networking is very important. Once you start talking to high level ranking wholesalers, they give you information because they're not your competition. You give information back to both help each other. The rising tide lifts all boats.